FSR, who lost his opening match of the day to SVB. He's up against Duong Kwok Kwang, and Duong's done really well. Lost his opening 3 matches of the tournament. Since then, he's been plodding along nicely. He's in that sort of zone where he needs to get a win, though, because he's in 10th place. He's on 7 points, along with Kledio Kachi, but he has a game in hand over Kledio. And this is that game, so if he wins, he jumps up a place into 8th, level with Sanjin. But, of course, Sanjin is 4-2 down on table 2. Jeremy Jones is back in the booth for this one. FSR against Duong. Duong to break. Yeah, no shot on the red 3 here. It was a good break. There you see the arc. There's only really sort of 2 styles of breaks that we see now. It's that sort of medium-ish, maybe 70-75% pace on the break, and you get the cue ball arcing. Or the break like Shane, Sanjin, Eklund, Kachi, really going at full power and cue ball into the 9. That's why them boys get a lot of golden breaks. Here comes the push. Well, he's pushed out into a full table run. I think you got to give this back, Jeremy. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think it was a hard decision. We'll see, obviously, what Duong has in mind. Of course, I think he shoots from the cushion as good as any player now. He's gone with the jump. Not sure that was his total intent when he made the push out, but whew, pretty tough. Gonna have some speed though, so maybe a backdoor safety.
Low percentage to make these jump shots. The jump shot potting the ball, the percentage of keep potting the ball has gone a lot lower for me since we've gone down to 4 and just under 4.
No, I agree, and that's why when they do make them, when they're away from the pocket, it's pretty amazing. And still pretty amazing the rate they do make them at on the 4-inch pockets. Here, a hair under 4. This guy's trying to find it a little bit at the moment. That's what the feeling is.
Yet again, it's that shot where he's just coming up a little short. It's all right, though. He's got the bridge.
Yeah, he's very good with the bridge also. Anytime you're willing to take that lighter one on a thin shot, that's usually a sign of being pretty comfortable. That's a good sign there, and not trying to find the pocket, just let the stroke do the work.
Yeah, everyone who we've seen on table 1 today just seems, I'm not saying they're in a rush, but everyone's just really, you know, in the groove. They're just getting on with it, aren't they? Playing pure instinct 9-ball, and it is the first rack to Ruiz. Now let's just dive over to table 2, because that's been a bit of a battle. Along with Jason Shaw, both players, Yap and Shaw, was actually 4-0 up at the same time. So Shaw got the 5-0 win, and Sanjin's won a couple of racks since then. But Yap is at the table, he's got ball in hand.
Yeah, he said this part has been the tougher part with the table drawing the cue ball as the days have gone on. Heard the players, a few of them feel like table 2 plays a little tougher than table 1. That's always the case, it seems.
Yeah, one thing we have heard is the players have really enjoyed the way these tables have been set up. Even the 2 tables put next to each other in the arena, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's just, and it's not necessarily, you know, the TV-ish table playing easier. It's just when you have two next to it, it's hard to get them exactly the same, and whether the air is hitting one of them a certain way compared to the other.
There's the push out.
I might give this one back myself, actually. This looks a little odd.
Yeah, odd to control that red 3 ball, isn't it?
Is he playing on the lighter side, just floating? Maybe trying to use the 6?
He's give it back. Let's see what Ruiz had in mind.
I don't know if you remember, Fran made a similar shot earlier in the tournament where he laid the cue ball behind the 8 from distance on just a real soft hit. You don't feel like it's a winning safety, though, right?
Yeah, I think Duong obviously thought he can't really get me behind the 8. He doesn't feel the angles there, and even if he does get me behind the 6, I've got control of the kick here, or the safe. That looks a little... Oh, it was a little light. Again, kick's still there. He's got to make something happen, though. Yap's got 3 balls left on table 2. Should really get the job done.
Yeah, good control there. He's going to like this overall anyways.
Couple of balls to go. He's on the 8, then the 9. This would put him on 10 points. He would stand alone on 10 points in 6th place. This will basically swap places with Ruiz. Ruiz would now fall outside the top 6, but Ruiz is in action. So there's confirmation. Yap gets the win.
Yeah, to start today, it talked about guys that maybe were behind in the first wave that might make some noise, and I felt like Duong was the one for me, but lost his opening match. Still early, though.
Yeah, this is the shot, Jeremy, with the jump cue. Just how accurate has he got to be to pop this in the corner? You can't afford to get any part of the long rail.
Yeah, this one to me, when you're a little above it, seems easier than straight or behind it.
Still feel like I'd prefer to kick off the side there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we've watched so much pool and that type of jump shot doesn't often go in.
Yeah, and the kick, you feel like when it's near the rail, you can judge it pretty well. The 6-7's there. Maybe you can slide behind those balls as you knock the 3 back down table.
Yeah, Aloysius Yap stays on table 2. He's now facing Capito just because table 1 has flew through the matches. 5 matches, Jeremy, in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's been offensive. Of course, the players maybe getting some of them freed up, right? Getting to that second stage, the arm gets a bit more loose. It's the guy, one of the guys we want to see get loose, right? Really, really fun to watch. fires the 9 in, like most of these guys do. 2-0's the lead.
Yeah, 10 players made it through to day 6. 5 days of play. We lost the bottom 6. Bottom 6 who went home. Labutus was in 11th. Then it was Tyler Steyer. Then it was Edward Koyanjan. Then it was Eklund Katchi, just not doing it in PLP. Eklund Katchi, just the 4 wins from his 15 matches. The only other time he's played in PLP, he won 2 out of 15. So 6 wins in 30 matches. That is an amazing stat. AJ Manis finished 15th. And bottom of the pile was An Niat with 3 wins out of his 15. Not all doom and gloom for Vietnamese pool fans, because the man at the table, regarded as the best over there, is still going. Duong to break.
Well, besides the golden break, if you really kind of put an order in to get yourself going after trailing 2-0, this is it. Just inches away from the 2 ball. I don't know if the angle offers easy position on the 3, but can't be that bad. Maybe rubs the 3 here a bit. Not going to be what he wanted. Take this cut on, Carl. Maybe can you drag into the pink 4 maybe with low outside?
I was thinking top right. I didn't think he could cut it in the middle, but obviously he can. Oh, it went pretty easy in the end. Wow. Still can deceive with these cameras.
Yeah, and I think if you look at a shot that's fairly routine for these guys, this pink 4 may be a prime example of one that can certainly be missed on these tables.
Ooh, that will hurt. It's not the miss, is it? It's just the way you deliver the cue. You know, you've not cued that good at all. You start to put a bit of doubt in your mind.
Yeah, people used to ask me, I'd shoot a shot and be in decent position on the next, and I'd be shaking my head a bit. And they'd say, well, why are you upset with that shape? And I'd say, I'm really not upset with the shape at all. Not too happy with the delivery I made with the stroke, and don't want that to be happening again. Maybe kind of feel like you got away with one even when you make them sometimes. Yeah, Yap with back-to-back matches here, huh? On table 2.
Yeah, Yap was supposed to play the last match on table 1. As I said, we've just flown through these matches, and this is the reason why. Been very, very attacking 9-ball.
Yeah, well, I think on day 1, in the first stage, we had half our matches go hill-hill. The afternoon stage, here we are on day 6, but it's essentially day 1 of stage 2 in this event. We haven't seen a whole lot of close ones early.
Yeah, this is Robbie Capito at the table. Himself and Chua have been trading places for top spot. Both players have played 17 matches. Capito's on 14 wins. Chua is on 13 wins.
Little shock sometimes. Players not recognizing double kisses. Shots like that, of course, you play other disciplines, that becomes more apparent, those kisses. He's crushed it there. Two ball got a nasty kiss. It was going to open up a little bit, it looked like, but now probably another push out situation for FSR. And Duong trying to play a two-way, but leave quite a bit of jump shot here for a guy who's very handy at close quarters with the jump cue. Be shocked if he missed this ball. Just kind of considers them hangers, and you can tell, treats them that way, and it's always a good mentality, right? When you look at any kind of shot on the pool table, you're just not worried one bit.
Yeah, here's another look. Obviously, that is the type of jump shot that's still being made, because you're quite close and the object ball's near the pocket. It's easier to control. The cue ball's not flying at major speed. Well, I think FSR must have a dinner date with Jason Shaw. They must have a table booked somewhere. He'll be sat in the middle, though, FSR. Jason's brought his wife to this event.
Yeah, he's getting on with it, though.
He is. He's on the hill. He's making it look easy. In fairness, Duong has not really shown up in this match, has he? Yap's at the table. First rack over on the other. He's playing back-to-back matches. He will kind of like that as well, actually. Just got his win over Sanjin and stays on there, and he's going to take the opening rack. Everyone's going to play another 9 matches over the next couple of days, and all the points carried over. Someone like Capito will be looking to make a real big dent. Guarantee, obviously, top 6, but even top 4, because once we have 6 left, we're then playing for the top 4 spots, which will then be our semi-finals.
Yeah, Duong with another nice starter here to try and get on the board. Would say a little bit missable. Yeah, this was the biggest fear, ended up short. He may have to go with some 3 cushions around the 7 here.
Yeah, on a club table, really old cloth dirty balls, you can bite this ball off the rail, can't you, and get below the 5 ball, the purple 5.
Yeah, the problem with coming one rail across is really getting odd trying to get from the 4 to the 5. That's the one that I don't like here. This is odd.
Yeah, it is odd. I mean, obviously, you didn't want the rail, did you?
That's why, even though doable, I think I still would have swung the cue ball 3 cushions. That way, at least if I get funny on the 4 going to the lower left, I can go forward to get to the purple 5.
And actually, he's very good at swinging the cue ball around, isn't he, Twong? He does it quite a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty comfortable doing it, that's for sure. And to be fair, that shot he just shot kind of lends falling on the rail awkwardly. It just is. Okay, watch out, cue ball. Table might help him. Nope.
Yeah, as Jeremy was saying there, it was going to be difficult to get on the purple 5, and there's a real gift for Ruiz. You still got to play this right, though, to get on the purple 5. You want that nice little angle.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I always like going forward with the cue ball if I can. Now, you don't want to make it ridiculous, but... just kind of go towards the 7. Getting past that side. Now, this type of shot, I like using a lot of spin and really opening up the cue ball. I don't know.
Yeah, it's in that area now where to get quite far out, you'd have to pump it or go forward. I think just take your medicine. Wow. Took a little rattle, but it fell.
Yeah, but I kind of noticed this right from the first rack and the first shots in this match here. He's letting the arm go, and I think that's a good sign. I think I saw it get a little mental at times in the first stage for FSR.
Good shot there. Full table bank from Thuong to stay in the hunt. He's going to have to win 5 racks on the spin. Currently sits at the bottom of the leaderboard in 10th place. Seven points behind the leader, Capito, is Thuong. But he has his first rack on the board. It might well stay at 7 points behind the leader because Yap's at the table. He's playing Capito. Yap on the opening rack. He's at the table in rack 2. I think he can just float this purple 5 in. Anyway, we'll keep you posted. Table 2 action. The break off from Ruiz we've come so familiar with.
Yeah, he's got a nice shot on the blue too, but he's going away from a difficult 3 ball. Maybe hard to get the clearance here. He's got to go around the pink and the 8. Is he going to go all the way around for the side? Almost got to, really, to have any chance to get the clearance. big shot here coming. I like him playing the bank. Knows he's going to be in good position if he knocks it down. He's got to put a sweet stroke here to pull this up the rail. Yeah, it was better, and it's kind of one of his bread and butters, really. Yeah, missed a 5-ball on this rack here. Was in full control on table 2. Now with Capito with the 9-ball to tie it at 1 apiece. A little light stun out of the corner. Not his best so far for Duong on day number 6. Gonna take 2 defeats, it looks like.
Yeah, lost the opening match of the day on table 2 to Robbie Capito. And he's just lost his second match here to FSR. FSR knows how to win this event. He's going along okay here. That now puts him on 10 points. Mr. Ruiz.